It has been months since Sophia last saw Shane, so she, along with Dax and Annie, plan a road trip to Los Angeles. Annie arrives at Sophia's place, asking her to hurry up, but Sophia is stuck with some last-minute packing. Annie helps Sophia pack while the two girls show their enthusiasm for the trip. It is Annie's first trip with her boyfriend, Dax, and Sophia is especially excited to see Shane. They meet Dax in front of Sophia's building. Dax has rented a convertible car for their trip, and Annie wants him to put the top down. But Dax is worried about the dirt and other stuff and refuses to listen to Annie, which makes her a little disappointed. But she overlooks it and the road trip begins. Seated in the back, Sophia has the front row seats to Annie and Dax's bickering show. The couple fight the entire way to Los Angeles. When they finally arrive at the studio, where Sophia is to surprise Shane, Sophia runs away from Annie and Dax's relentless bickering while they decide to go to the hotel. Shane is at the band practice when he sees Sophia there and runs to greet her. They hug and kiss, and Shane comments how he almost did not recognize Sophia without her computer. Sophia promises him that this weekend is only about the two of them, and there is no space for her work. Shane introduces Sophia to the band as his girlfriend, and the lead singer lets her know that Shane just would not shut up about her. The guy has an attitude and he throws shade at Shane, which he has no problem tolerating since it is his work, but it puts Sophia off. Shane lets her leave, promising to catch up after the sound check. At the hotel, Annie is all cleaned up and ready to hit the reset button on the trip. While Annie wants to go check out Britney Spears, Dax has a visit to the Eames house all planned out. Their plans do not align at all and neither does any thought that they have. Annie does not even know what the Eames house is, but Dax wants to go there. Annie suppresses her desires and agrees with Dax's plan anyway. At the show, Shane and Sophia are having a good time, but Annie gets annoyed at the girl bumping into her. When Annie stops the girl, she finds that the girl is on. She offers some to Annie, but before she can take it, Dax stops her. Annie gets annoyed at him for stopping her fun. When Sophia notices Annie's sunken face, the girls convene in the washroom. Annie shares how she thought her first trip with Dax would be amazing, but so far, she only feels disconnected from him. Sophia feels sorry for Annie and tries to comfort her. When Annie sees the girl with the drugs enter the washroom, she lets Sophia go back to Shane and decides to get those drugs from the girl. When Sophia returns to the show, Shane performs a song for her and the happiness on Sophia's face is evidence of her feelings for him. Later, they go to their hotel room and have a romantic night together. While on the other hand, Annie and Dax keep on arguing. Dax is shocked to find out that Annie actually got acid from a stranger in the washroom. Annie is annoyed with Dax for making her go to Eames' house, when she wants to go look for celebrities out on the streets and spend her day on her terms. When Dax forbids her from taking the acid, Annie gets even more annoyed at him. Out of spite, she takes the and puts it in her mouth. Dax panics when Annie takes the whole thing all at once, and watching him freak out, Annie freaks out as well. They try to find the in her mouth, but when nothing seems to be working, Dax takes the second himself. The two of them, having no choice, reluctantly decide to get high together and wait for the acid to hit. And when it does, neither Dax nor Annie can handle it. The next morning, Sophia wakes up to a smiling Shane who then drags her to take a shower together. However, that turns out to be an awkward and slightly weird experience for them. When they are done, Shane is ready to hit the pool, but Sophia just wants to relax in bed. Shane does not think there is a point in not making use of the hotel facilities when one is paying for them, but Sophia could not care less about any of that. She just wants to relax. A little disappointed, Shane leaves the room alone. Dax and Annie are still on their weird acid trip. They are envisioning things together. It is the space and the stars at first and then the Eames house. When Sophia sees Shane swimming from the balcony, she decides to finally go to the pool. Shane is happy to see her, but Sophia will not get into the pool. Instead, she decides to check on her work, which Shane does not like. Sophia finally agrees and gets into the pool, and the two of them share some sweet moments together. But their moment is short-lived because Shane's whiny and demanding client interrupts them by telling Shane to get him a cab. Shane agrees to help without any resistance, but Sophia cannot believe the way that man talks to Shane. She talks back to the man, giving him an earful about how annoying he is, even though Shane asks her not to. Meanwhile, Dax and Annie are still under the influence of the when Dax tells her about his dream of becoming an architect. While Shane and Sophia get some food, Shane asks Sophia if she is sure about not getting a serving of fries for herself, but Sophia is not all that hungry, so she refuses. But when Shane's fries arrive, Sophia digs into them, missing out on how Shane does not like her eating his fries. On the way back, Sophia realizes Shane is mad, and she asks him what is wrong. Shane is clearly pissed at her because Sophia ate all of his fries. Sophia finds it so ridiculous and laughs it off, but Shane is very serious about this, and about how Sophia only does what she wants, without caring about how others might feel. She acts selfishly always, and when Shane tells her that, Sophia gets offended. Shane calls her out for interfering with his client earlier that morning when he had it covered. Sophia reminds him how rudely that guy treated Shane, but Shane tells her that he was just doing his job, which makes Sophia even more mad, because when she glanced at her phone for 1 minute, Shane would not even let her do her job. Shane simply wants her to apologize for eating his fries, but Sophia does not even do that. Sophia raises her voice at him, and when Shane tries to have a proper conversation with her, she only gets angrier and even more defensive. When Sophia acts in a juvenile manner and does not listen to reason, Shane simply walks out of the fight. When he returns, Sophia calls Shane out for acting like a servant to his client. Shane tries to explain to her that as a tour manager, it is his job to cater to his client's needs, but Sophia can't be reasoned with. She thinks she is doing so much better at her job because she would never bend over and cave as Shane did. Shane does not think Sophia would even be able to do his job because it is not for self-absorbed narcissists like her. Sophia insults Shane by calling him a glorified errand boy, and Shane decides to leave the room, thanking Sophia for a great weekend. Sophia is stunned into silence as she watches him leave. Annie and Dax finally start to come down from their high, and they start talking about their fears. Annie expresses her concern about Dax being embarrassed by her because he thinks she is flighty. Dax puts her fears to rest and assures her that he doesn't think like that, and is not embarrassed by her. Annie wonders why he would not let her meet his parents even after 1 year of dating. He finally tells her that it is not because he thinks she is not good enough, but because his parents will not make it easy for him to date a white girl. Annie understands that Dax would not want to deal with something like that because he is not sure about her. But the man puts her worries to rest by telling her that she is the only thing he is sure about. It is his parents who are crazy. Annie promises to charm them, and having finally recovered from their fight, Dax and Annie spend some sweet time together. Shane is in the pool when Sophia shows up there with a plate of fries and an apology to offer. She apologizes for the mean things she said to Shane because she tends to get really mad when people are right about her. Shane apologizes for the part he played, but Sophia can't help but wonder if the only reason they're together is that they've been apart for so long. She wants to put that theory to the test, and Shane agrees. They kiss and make up, finally continuing their fun weekend.